What's going on, guys? Mickle here, and in this video I'm bringing you a Ripple XRP update. Guys, there's been a lot of talk around Twitter about this price suppression of Ripple going on right now by the SEC. Well, I want to bring you guys a different perspective and really cover the information suppression that Ripple is going through. I have a feeling Ripple has a ton of game-changing updates they're ready to bring to the public, but there's a very significant reason they are not able to right now, and you guys are definitely going to want to stick around for why that's the case. In this video, I'm going to cover some things I haven't seen too many other YouTubers talking about, as well as get into some technical analysis at the end of the video. If you guys are new to this channel or come all the time, make sure you like this video down below and subscribe to my channel. It's really going to help me out so much in the YouTube algorithm, and it will help more people like you see this video. So anyway, guys, let's jump into it, and I hope you enjoy the content. Alrighty, guys, well, I wanted to start this video off with a little information I don't see too many people talking about, so I think you guys are definitely going to want to hear this. It covers a couple different topics, but overall, I think there's pretty significant, and they're definitely going to perk your guys' interest. Well, the first one actually is brought by us by Darren Moore Jr., and it was in this video, and definitely watch it if you haven't, but he really addresses the fact that the SEC is attacking over 130 different cryptocurrencies, but finds it very interesting that XRP is the only one that had an insane sell-off and a massive drop in its price. He points out that likely a very logical cause that this is the case is because XRP is heavily owned by institutions. Institutions tend to be a lot more conservative than retail investors, and therefore were forced to dump their bags when the SEC came after Ripple. It's important to note that tokens like Uni that are also being sued by the SEC saw much less of a drastic drop, and that means that it's probably owned by much less institutions. I think this is super interesting because it really tells us that our money is where the big players have their money, and it's really reassuring to know that we are investing behind some of the biggest institutions in the entire world. They were likely very upset when they were forced to sell their XRP, but it allowed us to accumulate it on a discount, so I'm certainly not complaining. Down here, I also brought another point to this, and I said in this video you mentioned that XRP dropped because institutions dumping. Not many institutions hold Uni, thus no dump. I agree 100%, but also, XRP is not linked to DeFi. Most volume comes from exchanges. Exchanges were forced to sell. They will need to buy back. Price will explode when they are forced to buy back up the XRP. Uni has less of a drop because most volume comes from DeFi, and therefore no exchanges needed to dump. This is very significant because we know exchanges were forced to dump XRP when this lawsuit came into play. I think it's going to be very bullish when XRP starts trading on these US exchanges again, and they are forced to buy back up XRP to sell to their customers. By us being an XRP right now, we are essentially front-running the institutions and the exchanges, and this is extremely bullish. The next thing I want to get into is actually why Ripple likely has a ton of massive announcements right around the corner, but it would have been a horrible idea to release any of them during this SEC lawsuit. One of the questions the SEC is going to be forced to answer on December 6th is the SEC has to answer whether efforts by Ripple were necessary to affect any increase in the XRP price. So what the SEC has to do is explain to the court why announcements by Ripple are very significant and influence and are the majority driver of the XRP price. You can see very easily why Ripple making a massive announcement that's going to make the XRP price go parabolic would be a very bad idea. This would prove one of the points the SEC has to answer, and therefore it's in Ripple's best interest not to pump the price of XRP. I think this is super interesting because it likely means that Ripple has been very conservative with its announcements, and we've still been seeing absolutely insane announcements. I think that means there's going to be some huge ones right around the corner as soon as this lawsuit's over. I've brought this to your guys' attention before, and one of the main comments I get is, does that mean XRP price won't pump by December 6th? And I do not think that XRP price will pump by December 6th because of Ripple, but that doesn't mean it can't pump independent of Ripple, and that would actually be a very good thing for Ripple if it did. If XRP pumped on its own, it'd be further proof that it doesn't matter what Ripple does. XRP really moves on its own, and no matter what Ripple releases, XRP tends to move on its own accord or with the rest of the crypto market. We just want to point out here that the SEC has to answer whether efforts by Ripple were necessary to affect any increase in the price of XRP. This means that we do not want to see XRP rallying when the rest of the market is doing nothing or going down, and that's because of a Ripple announcement. It does not mean XRP cannot rally, and does not mean a rally would be bad for Ripple. It would only be detrimental if Ripple came out with some massive news and it pumped the price of XRP. I think this is super interesting because Ripple knows this. They are likely being very conservative with what they're releasing and know for a fact that they need to make sure they don't blow up the XRP price on an announcement that would really drive the whole crypto sphere crazy. Alex Cobb in this video points out that Ripple actually reached out to him and let him know that they were directly working with Bank of America and XRP was involved. They planned on releasing this information a while back but never did. I have a feeling that a large reason for this is because they do not want to release any information that's going to cause the XRP price to rally. It doesn't mean they can't release information, because if they weren't, that'd be very detrimental to their business, their shareholders, and also people who have confidence in Ripple. They just need to be careful that the information they're going to release isn't going to be so game-changing and so wild that it's going to cause people to rush into the XRP coin. This would be very bad for their argument with the SEC and shows that Ripple probably has a ton of stuff they cannot wait to release that's going to blow all of our minds, but they've been forced to be conservative in releasing to the public for fear of the SEC having more firepower behind their extremely weak argument. Ripple's winning this lawsuit by a long shot, and it's in their best interest to let it carry out a little longer rather than giving the SEC ammunition to fight with. I think it's also extremely important that while we have known this lawsuit's been going on for about a year now, Ripple's known this lawsuit was going to come for the past 3 years. That means that Ripple has likely been conservative in their announcements for an extremely long time now, and I think once this lawsuit's over, we are going to see a massive rush of bullish news coming right into Ripple. I think another great example of this is just even with their newest product they released. They released Ripple Global Liquidity through Ripple's Liquidity Hub, which essentially this allows them to access deep liquidity for institutions. While I am extremely excited by this product, and I think it's going to be massive, it's very obvious by the video they released on their own Twitter, and I'm not going to play it for you, guys should just check it out. It's very obvious that it was very broad and they didn't really describe what it was. They said, here's this product, and then you guys can figure out what we're going to do with it. I think a reason for this is because if they came out and said and told the public how massive this product was going to be and started really describing what institutions were going to use it and how they were going to access to it, it was really going to go back to the argument we've been making, which is essentially would be that Ripple needs to be careful not to move the price of XRP. The more XRP moves on its own and with the rest of the market, the better argument it is for Ripple. And right now, this lawsuit's everything for Ripple. They want to win this more than anything. So therefore, if they have to just push out some of their announcements, delay them, or keep them quiet for a little longer to make sure to weaken the SEC's case, they're going to do everything they can. And I think this is just extremely bullish for what we can expect for when this lawsuit's over. I've said this multiple times, but this lawsuit will end, and when it's over, I have a feeling we are going to see a massive marketing campaign out of Ripple, where they finally feel the freedom to say whatever they want and don't have to worry about what regulators think. The last thing I essentially want to get into is just talking about their liquidity hub, and just to show you guys that it is massive, but these aren't things Ripple said, it's things that researchers have found. Ripple said it will also offer its institutional partner lines of credit through XRP to avoid them having to pre-fund accounts for Liquidity Hub. You get rid of the Nostro and Vostro, you're going to need XRP. So pretty much what they're saying is if you want to use massive amounts of XRP that's extremely liquid, you're going to have to use the liquidity hub, which is using XRP to replace Nostro and Vostro accounts. I really see this as an infrastructure play to what Ripple's ODL actually is. It makes it more tailored towards massive institutions and likely something they were asking for. I think this is going to be a game-changing product. It's going to be more of an infrastructure play, but I think it makes sense that Ripple's holding off a lot of its massive partnerships for a time when they don't need to worry about pumping the XRP price. The last thing I actually want to get into is when the XRP price is going to pump. And for that, we're going to jump into the charts. I know a lot of you love getting into the charts here. I just want to point out that, to be honest, I covered most of what I'm seeing this morning. We're looking pretty bullish. We're seeing XRP bounce off this top resistance line, which is exactly what we wanted to see. It's looking really good, and I really want to see this price start rallying out of here and get parabolic to confirm a massive breakout outside of this symmetrical triangle. One of the reasons I don't think we've seen this breakout yet is really because that if we take a look at this other pattern we've been watching, we can see that the XRP price chart is still consolidating inside of this ascending channel. It's very hard to tell which of these symmetrical triangles is going to be the one that really tells the story for the breakout, but it's very important to show that they both look extremely bullish. Right now, I'm really leaning towards this pattern because we haven't seen it break out of here yet, and if the price does go parabolic the second we break this resistance, it's going to be confirmed that this is the pattern we should have been watching. Either way, though, these patterns are looking extremely bullish, and I have a feeling they're both going to be breaking massive events at the same time. Right now, we're really looking for this XRP price to get back into the $1.27 range. This would put it back into the small triangle right here and confirm exactly what we saw the last time XRP played out in this pattern. Right here, we see the XRP price pumped out of this ascending channel right here, dropped back into it, only to pump back out before it started this parabolic rise. In this instance, XRP has been taking a little longer to make these moves, but nevertheless, they've been extremely similar. We can see XRP pumped into here, popped out of this top resistance, fell back down into the wedge, so now we'd expect it to come back in here and ultimately blow up to the upside. We can see even back here, we also did come out, wick back down before we pumped up. Overall, I think things are looking extremely bullish, and I'm actually going to be watching this chart right here extremely closely as of recently. I think this one's really telling us a lot, and I think it's going to be super interesting to see if we are able to get a breakout before November 17th when this top resistance meets the top of this ascending channel. I have a feeling we will, and I have a feeling it's aligning perfectly because I have a feeling it will be far enough away from Swell where the SEC can't take credit for Ripple pumping the price. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully tomorrow we'll get some exciting news on the technicals, and I'll be able to bring you a video on that. I hope you enjoyed some of the things we talked about. I haven't seen too many people mentioning them. I really want to bring you guys some new information and not just the articles that everyone's talking about. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this update, and for now, Mickle out.